Woo! It's me, Sharon Needles, Hollywood's biggest handful, America's most beloved satanic drag queen, the undisputed drag queen of Halloween, the winner of season 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race. I am Sharon Needles, and welcome to Soup with Needles. Now, this is our second episode. I had previously done one episode of this show before. I think it was about 2 years ago, and I made one of my famous empty promises to continue doing the series, and I'm making up for lost promises, and here we are to return to do the show again. Today we're going to discuss everything I love, from RuPaul's Drag Race, horror films, rock and roll, beef amongst the beauty industry, all the bullshit. But most importantly, the reason I don't do this a lot is if you noticed, some of the bigger queens from RuPaul's Drag Race, such as myself, Bianca Del Rio, Alaska Thunderfuck, Jinx Monsoon, Aquaria, we keep a certain distance between this. You know, this is very Nina Bonita Brown for me. I as a career person, I don't need this type of attention or interaction, but mostly I don't do it because I don't want to do it, because the art that I create musically, or the art that I create on stage, is the way I like to communicate with you. But we are in a world where people who are in the limelight have almost a destined past to keep themselves. Okay, now I'm going off the rails. I hate the phrase journey, and you'll hear a lot of beauty influencers and people who use YouTube and social media platforms. I make mistakes, but I'm just on my journey. My journey is to create art, music, shenanigans, transgressive bullshit for you to laugh, think, cry, and cut yourself over. So this is very new to me, but I wanted to do it, one, for several reasons. I've taken the longest break I've ever taken in my career, which can be shown by the fact that I almost have eyebrows. 2, that I'm in Instagram trouble, where it's been over a month since my Instagram has been hacked and I haven't been able to get in. 3, I have a lot of shit to promote. And 4, to let you guys know that I'm not gonna lie and say that I care about you, because I don't know about you, but we've created a dialogue of transgressive freakiness and happy Halloweenness that if I paid my rent this month, I think I owe it to you to open up a dialogue. So that's what we're gonna do. Now, I went out to dinner with my good friend Lady Potatoes tonight and had a huge dinner, so I'm not that hungry for soup. So I'm gonna make my personal favorite soup, which is called PBR stew. So I'm gonna put that in my favorite soup bowl. It's one ingredient. You guys at home can follow along with this recipe. Welcome back to my channel. And all you need is a 12-ounce can of the limited edition art PBR cans. You need a pumpkin bowl. You need veneers. And a spoon. You could also eat this with a fork, but it won't work. And I guess let me start off with telling you what I've been doing lately. I guess the one thing I should be talking about, because my management brings it up all the time, is my Funko Pop. Funko Pop has been released. I don't know a lot about the brand. I don't really collect dolls, but I own a lot of Funko Pops, because a lot of you fans have given me the Carrie one, the Elvira one, a ton of the Alaska one. And I'm not a big doll collector, but I think it's really cool that cross-dressers from a reality show that was just supposed to be a silly little game show. Oh, That's fancy. Well, I'll call her back. She had 5 years to tell me whatever she had to, right? Oh, but I'm glad she called me because then I can bring up to it. Hold on. I'm trying to make this. I should call Tati and figure out how to edit these to work just for me. Does that seem right? I don't like that. That's not the way I wanted it. Here, I'll show you what I'm using as I'm using international funds as something to pat it behind this brass sculpture I own. And if you ever want to hear how bullshit I am, I was like, yeah, let's just do this real. But if you think this background wasn't completely manipulated, you guys got another thing coming. Oh, that works pretty good. But anyway, so long story short, short story long, I'm doing this just because I know I've seen like I haven't been around. I can hear Chad in the background of me. It's his birthday. It was his birthday the other day. But this is just to connect. Oh, my Funko Pop. It's, you know, it's a cool little cartoon doll that Fifi O'Hara likes to collect. So if you guys have extra money or you guys see my Funko Pop, go out and get it. It's a huge honor for me, and I think I'm the first Funko Pop ever to have white eyes. Now, Alaska, who interrupted this video, which she's been instrumental in interrupting a lot of things, has a pageant coming out on the Sunday, the last day of DragCon. It's called The Most Important Drag Queen of All Time pageant or something like that. And I think it's out, so I can say this, but I'm a judge for that, and that's exciting. I'll be in LA. I leave on Tuesday. I'll be working on a new record that will be coming out near Halloween and doing DragCon. I'll be at Avita. I'll be doing parties. I'll be doing speeches. But anyway, I just wanted to create a dialogue between you guys and me. So I think we're gonna open it up to you guys. Oh, Aurora Borealis is here. You know, this is a cool thing. When you get a little taste of fame, you immediately want all your socials to have as many people as you can, because it's very exciting for like 5 seconds to feel that overload of fame. And then what you really want to do is have a social media presence that's just for you, your friends, your family, and your community. So I get to see who's local who came in here. So Aurora's here, and she's a fabulous queen. If you guys have the opportunity, go follow Aurora Borealis. She's a queen. She lives up in the mountains. She's mean and gorgeous, and she's got an opinion on her too. And as you guys can tell, I'm not good at this, but in my personal opinion, I don't think anyone's really good at this, or it would look like this. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna edit this. It's just, it is what it is. So I'm gonna open it up to you guys. Let's talk horror films, rock and roll, RuPaul's Drag Race, the tea, Satanism, politics, gun control, beer soup. I'm gonna open it up to you guys. So I'm just gonna look. Aurora's lap said lol, which means laughing out loud, but you know, she's just sitting there with her glum face. There's a chicken emoji, a whole bunch of common gay phrases by women. Someone says, when's the new album coming out? Well, I'm working on, for the first time ever, I'm working on 2 records at the same time. So I'm working on SN4, which is slated to come out in 2020, but I'm working on a Halloween record, which will be out right around Halloween time, about a month before Halloween. I'm really excited about it because none of it's my music. It's all covers and remixes, and it's fun. How can I be more like you? Chad is watching me. You know, my husband who said he was going to bed, he's gonna lie in our bedroom right behind Joan Collins here and watch this. I bet he didn't know I could see that. Oh yeah, but music, SN4, which I'm not going to tell you the title right now or the concept, but it's very inspired by the band Chic. And my Halloween record will be out on Halloween. Someone says I should have Sally Wiggins on my wall. Sally Wiggins is a local legend here in Pittsburgh. She's a newscaster, and like me, she's a drinker. Angie asks, any famous horror quotes in any new songs? Well, of course, you know, whether it's Dressed to Kill, where I quote, "This isn't a fucking costume, this is a way of life" from Return of the Living Dead, or I always find a way to take cinema, horror, B-film culture and integrate it into the way that I write. And there's a lot of drag queens that write a lot of records, and I think they're all great, and I support them all, but no one writes the way I write, except for Brown Cow Stunning. I mean, that's a pretty perfect song. Claudia commented with a rainbow moving emoji. That makes me hope that everyone younger than me eats cancer for lunch tomorrow. Ryan Sexton said rabid weasels. That's right. Those weren't rabid weasels, were they? It was a living cadaver. Do you want to see the strangest thing I've ever seen? In the basement. Please come tour in Canada. My mother is your biggest fan. Thank you for aging me. For those of you who don't know, I'm the winner of season 4, and for you young kids, your grandparents will teach you about that in history class, or you will find signs of it in etchings from coal in caves you discover. Do I miss Newcastle? No one misses Newcastle. But there's that bar. I don't remember the name. There's the main bar, and then there's that more shittier bar across the street, which I like, but I don't remember the name. Sorry about that, kid. But yeah, no one misses Newcastle. Sharon Needles, validate me by saying my name. User code James for 10% off. Lydia Dahmer is here. Pittsburgh has a rich culture of mixing glamour, horror, and serial killers. We have Lydia Dahmer, Elizabeth Wayne Gacy, Veruca La Piranha, Marcia Mello, Sharon Needles, Cherry Bomb. A lot of A lot of the drag here in the city of Pittsburgh is based on mixing crime, fear, glamour, and fame. And that's why I stay here. I consider myself, John Waters is to Baltimore as Sharon is to Pittsburgh. Curiosity Killed the Cat is here. Speaking of camp culture, not only do we worship serial killers, horror, death and beauty, crime and punishment, but Curiosity Killed the Cat, who has just entered here, is my best friend in the whole world. And she is Southwestern Pennsylvania's most premier divine impersonator. So look for her and give her a shout out. She's a shit kicker and she'd like to be famous. She is not much of a thief, but she still robs houses. Again, I'm just here to share a little bit of me while I'm on some off time. As you can tell, I have off time because I'm hanging out with Linda Evans and Joan Collins, and I have eyebrows, so obviously I have nothing better to do, and I'm drinking PBR soup. So instead of you just writing these innate, blasé, typical fucking comments that I see all day throughout social media, which makes me wish that sometimes I wish social media had its own 9/11 because you guys are so fucking boring. Be more self-serving and ask questions about things that you actually want the answers to. And, or don't. Enjoy being average and reminding me why I'm drinking PBR out of a pumpkin and you're writing the most... Do I play video games? I don't really play video games. I play this one Angry Birds puzzle game on my phone when I have stress at the airport or at home, but I don't really play them. But when I was a kid, I really liked them. I liked like the original Nintendo, if you guys are old enough to remember that. But I'm not much of a gamer. But my friends have those games where they can hang out with other people and play like Friday the 13th, like with people around the world. And I think that's interesting to play those kind of games. But the only games I like is like a little character that collects coins and then bops something on the head 8 times at the end of 3 levels. I know. Yeah, I'm not much of a gamer. Someone's asking me about what I think about the laws being passed in the South about abortion. Well, being a man and having a penis and not having a uterus makes me think that I have absolutely no right or validation to be even involved in the conversation about a woman's body. But as someone who makes a living dressed as a woman, and someone who worships women and someone who loves women all around me, I would say that you know, the Republican right loves to talk about the rights of unborn fetuses that I don't believe actually constitute as life, but have no problem with locking them up in cages or creating an environment where children or babies that they say of color or different financial institutions, any of their rights. So if they want to fight for the right of a piece of fucking bloody snot, then please fight for the rights for the children that are being locked up in cages or just and if you're gonna be so fucking religious, why don't you fight for the rights that are at the end of a fucking priest's dick on the reg? Girl, you dress like a woman. You should speak up. Well, thank you, Karen, for saying that, but I don't dress like a woman. I dress as the Western construct of purchased, male-influenced beauty. Women are not lipstick. Women are not high heels. Women are not pencil skirts. That's what I am. The most important women I know, such as women like my mom, are a pair of jeans and some mascara and a whole lot of attitude. I don't think women are their visual. The vision of femininity is something that has been created by marketers and malls and designers, and most of the time not by men. And there's nothing wrong with demonstrating your femininity through fashion or through makeup, but makeup and pantyhose and high heels makes a woman not. What makes a woman is powerful people that have inspired me my entire life, like my mom. My character is inspired by Peggy Bundy, Elvira, and Rhonda Shear, and Linnea Quigley. I'm made by bimbos, by artificial cartoon characters. But true women are not lipstick, they're not eyeliner, they're not eyelashes. Women are, I don't believe in God, but I do believe in girls. Should we have another bowl of soup? You know, I don't allow smoking in my house, but I might smoke. And I suggest you guys don't let smoking in your house either, because it's kind of caca. I'm gonna open up one more can of soup. This is Campbell's Pabst Blue Ribbon. No water needed. You don't even need to heat it up. What's my, Stephen T. Thorne. Hi, girl, I see you. Which I think is one of the most beautiful faces I've ever seen and one of the most perfect noses. Asks, what's my favorite wig shop in Pittsburgh? Now, I'll just be honest, I'm rich and all my wigs are custom made now by either Marco or Vanity or Wigs by Grace, but I do love a wig store, and I have to say the saddest thing was Princess Wigs, right around the corner from my house, had closed down. And I hate the owner of Hair Day, but she does have good hair, and Discount Wigs closed down. So I'm going to say my favorite, Modern Hair on the corner of Negley and Penn Avenue. This is my favorite wig store. Ooh, this one's a little spicy. It's hot. Someone said I'm awesome in case I didn't know. Well, thank you, Tony. That was the dumbest thing I've heard all day. Someone just said, Call Me on the Ouija Board is their favorite song. And thank you. It was a very profitable song for me. It was very popular. And it's one of those songs, it's kind of like, holiday, celebrate. I know Madonna doesn't want to keep singing that 30 years later, but she knows she kind of has to keep it in the roster because it's something familiar to the fans, but also something that she's going to continue to sing. And I've cut a lot of songs out of my roster in performances, like I don't do This Club's a Haunted House, I don't do Dress to Kill, I don't do Dracula, but I always do Call Me on the Ouija Board. The song is so simple, you know, it's an alphabet song, you know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, say call me on the Ouija board. And it was based off of telephone songs like Blondie's Call Me. Oh, you can call me any, or On my video phone, or Telephone by Gaga. I wanted to make a telephone song because I love that connection of a boy and a girl, or a boy and a boy or a girl, or whatever. I'm not getting into that. Just that connection between the phone line song. And I wanted to write one about a Ouija board. And I also have an affection for the alphabet because of songs like Divine. Divine has an alphabet song. And Amanda Lear, the great French disco artist, has an alphabet song. And Penny McLean, who's a great musician, has an alphabet song. So I wanted my alphabet song. So I mixed phone culture pop love songs with alphabet songs. And we got Call Me on the Ouija Board. Now, this is the crazy part, is I mess up the alphabet a lot when I do it live. I always forget. There's 26 letters. They're hard to keep an eye on. I don't have a blast singing that song because it is it's slightly vocally challenging, but it's the one song from PG-13 that always stays. It wasn't as successful as Call Me or as This Club's a Haunted House, but it's just that one that makes people happy. It has that Blondie feel, and I love that song. And thank you for liking it. Bye, taxidermy. Nobody did. Famous or infamous, says Rosario. Well, that's a funny thing. Me and my good friend Lady Bunny talk about this all the time. Like, what's the difference between famous, infamous, icon, and legend? And in my opinion, I think you let your obituary settle that statement. It's not up to one's own person to look at their social, artistic, and financial standings to decide what they are. I think you just have to wait and die, because it's the only thing we have in common. Someone asked, what are my thoughts on Andy Warhol? Watch my video, Andy Warhol is Dead. Maybe it'll breach 300,000 views. What do I have to do? Write a song about nails? Someone wrote, Gloria said beer or beer. Beer. That really hurt me. I just had my cheeks done yesterday, and they are very tender. Someone asked, has drag changed over the years? Well, of course, I've been doing drag for 20 years. I'm going to say professionally in quotation marks, because you'll hear a lot of your local girls say, this isn't a hobby, this is a job. Well, if you're calling it a job, you're being paid less than a Walmart greeter. Drag is something that you don't choose to do. It's something you choose. And of course, I've seen it change. It's become an international phenomenon, which has made every faggot under the age of 25 think that they have what it takes to become a drag queen. And that's fine. More the merrier. But get out when it's good, because when you quit doing drag, it's because you had to quit. It's because you had to quit doing drags. I do drag as a living almost every single night. And when I'm on off time, I still have to pull Sharon out, because I just enjoy her company so much. She makes me happy, and she's really good at her job. But I think we're going to continue to see more and more people associate themselves with this hobby, career, talent, or in my opinion, what drag is a necessity. I need Sharon. Sharon isn't me, and as much as she's a troublemaker, I love her to death, and I can't go a week without her. She's so pretty. Someone said your appearance on RuPaul's Drag Race was a huge instrumentation in her daughter coming out of the closet. Thanks. RuPaul's Drag Race, making lesbians by the second. Someone asked, how long did I take to write the song Battle Axe, which is the premier single off my last album, Battle Axe. Writing to me takes a really long time. My producer always says I write too much, and that I make a song this big and they really have to be this small. But it was my decision to make that the title of the record, and not only that, but the lead single on that record, because I really liked it. And at the time I was feeling that kind of like, the world gave me so much out of nowhere. You guys gave me more than I deserved. I was just some transgressive, drunk, punk rock downtown Pittsburgh clown. And you guys gave me the entire world and the opportunity to create music and art and travel the world. And then all of a sudden I started feeling the pull away. And that made me study a lot of films of Joan Crawford and Bette Davis and Doris Day, and especially films of theirs in their later years, like in the 70s and 80s. And that's when the term battle axe was written. It was a Hollywood term for people who, it was a Hollywood term for actresses who became older and were no longer worthy of their sex appeal or their doughy-eyed innocence, and they became ballsy. And so then they became unmarketable or unbookable. And I started to feel that a little bit at the age of I think I started writing that record when I was 34 or 35. And I was feeling that. And but by writing that song, it gives you power in knowing that you're a ballsy ass older bitch. And younger people, when I was younger, I used to pick on older gays in the bar and be like, well, you're old. And they always told me, I may be old, but that's just because I survived your stupidity. And now here I am, an older person. Don't smoke in your house, kids. I'm not supposed to be doing it. And now that I'm older, and especially with the song Battle Axe, I realize it's like, well, it's either die young and be in the 27 club, or get old and school the kids. And I mean, there's not a lot, there's few options when you get old, but one of the best things is when you're older, you're smarter, and you can tell young people that they're stupid. And the one thing you'll see about, I may be older, but you'll never see me crying in an apology video, because I have nothing to apologize about. I gotta call Tati's people and see how she does this. I'm using a fucking $3,000 fucking copper statue and a couple of euros in an old candle holder. Hold on, kids. Oh, and once I hit 30 minutes, I'm done, because I learned you can't do it all day. Oh, here, I'll just do it like that. Who cares? I didn't want you to see ceiling. What did I think about Aquaria's Met Gala look and the subsequent drama? Well, I didn't know there was drama. I didn't know people got upset about dresses. That sounds pretty gay. I thought she looked beautiful. It's not my definition of what camp is, but at the same time, you got to realize you either get a fucking invitation because you're a millionaire for doing nothing, or you get an invitation by a designer for working your ass off every day. And that's what us Rue girls do, you know. We don't live in Madonna's mansion or in Jeffree Star's Lamborghini. We have this harboring bastard thing called talent, and unfortunately, being an amazing, talented person doesn't pay as well as being a part of the oil grease machinery of the Hollywood monster machine. So I'm sure she wore what she was told to wear. I'm sure it wasn't something she chose. And that's because you either get an invitation for being a robot, or you are invited by a designer to wear your clothes. And I would rather be asked to wear something I didn't choose by someone who saw investment in me than be invited just because I was rich, white, thin, and snobby. Oh, Rain reminded me that I went over 30 minutes. She's counting. All right, guys, I don't think I got anything I wanted to talk about done, but I just want to apologize to everyone that I'm somewhat in a slump with my Instagram. I got hacked, so they're kind of holding me hostage for a little bit on that, but it's cool. It's kind of nice not to be reminded how old, fat, and ugly and poor that I am, which is what I'm sure Instagram does to each and every one of you. But I have a Funko Pop Drag Con and a tour to sell, so I would love to be back on. It was great. It was great talking to you guys. I hope I answered some of your questions, and thank you for tuning in to episode 2 of Soup with Needles. For those of you who didn't get the recipe, I will make one more batch, because at the end of the day, this is more of a cooking show than it is about you or me. But I do want you to know that other than soup, the only thing that we all have in common, whether you're far away or close, poor or rich, young or old, black or white, big or small, tall or short, the one thing we have in common is that we're all gonna die. And the beautiful, you know, you can all worship your rainbows all you want, but the beautiful blackness is going to engulf us all one day. And I don't even have to say I hope to see you there, because we're all going there. But before we die, I want you guys to know that there's my soup of the day is called PBR soup. What you want to do is take a Pabst Blue Ribbon, 12 ounce. You want to take a pumpkin bowl, which I'm just going to put here on my crotch. You're going to add that to your pumpkin bowl. And then you're going to take a spoon. You're gonna say hello to Joan Collins and Linda Evans, which most of you watching have no idea who that is, which makes me want death to come sooner. You taste the notes of the aluminum, the hops. I can taste that the pumpkin bowl was probably washed by hand. I feel a little bit of yesterday's ramen. That's good. Well, I hope you took a little bit of knowledge from me today. I hope you learned from my recipes and the batshit crazy hellhole bottomless pit that I call my brain. I hope you check out my new record, Battle Axe, which is a transgressive, button-pushing, anti-pop record for those who want to bash back against things that don't matter, like cops, priests, parents, and teachers. I hope you're watching RuPaul's Drag Race. I haven't seen tonight's episode, but I can't wait to watch it tonight. I'm assuming Silky goes home because it just seems like the natural format for the show. And I will be at DragCon. I'm bringing 2 iconic looks, so I hope to see you at DragCon LA. Buy my Funko Pop. It's a doll for 4-year-olds, but usually 50-year-old men buy it, including Fifi O'Hara, who collects them all. Alaska Thunderfuck and Handsome Jeremy have their show with the Amethyst show here in Pittsburgh this Saturday. Come and see it. And I think that's all. Other than that, happy Halloween. Hail Satan. And kill your parents.